Happening now, who will serve as the next president and CEO of the Chamber of Commerce here locally, we'll let you know. Plus, the Jamestown BPU is awaiting state guidance as to when the utility shutoff moratorium will end. The latest on that.
Well, it's a busy weather day already. We have a new severe thunderstorm watch just issued. We'll talk about that. Plus, the humidity backing off. We'll talk about it next as the news at noon starts now.
Live and on demand, this is WNY News Now.
The Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce has announced its next president and CEO. Thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. I'm Justin Gould. The business group says Daniel Heitzenreiter will take over for outgoing President Todd Tranum, who announced he was stepping down from the role last summer. Heitzenreiter has been the executive assistant for the last 3 county executives in Chautauqua County, working with businesses and economic leaders in the process. He tells us he looks forward to his past experience working with those officials to help advocate for the business community.
Those relationships with some of our local elected officials and government officials from the county executive's office, our state officials and federal officials down to our mayors and supervisors. Hopefully those will help as far as the advocacy piece, which is certainly a big part of chambers of commerce and what they do, advocating for business-friendly policies.
The Chautauqua County Chamber of Commerce is a privately funded business organization comprised of 900 different businesses and around 24,000 employees. Heitzenreiter expects to assume that role next month. Well, the Jamestown Board of Public Utilities is awaiting more guidance from the New York State as to when their utility shutoff moratorium will come to an end. The previously imposed order by New York Governor Andrew Cuomo ended this month. However, the utility is waiting on that additional guidance from the state before taking any action. During the moratorium period, utility companies held off on disconnecting service to customers who were unable to pay their bills due to financial hardships caused by the pandemic. The order has been extended several times over this past year. The utility expects the state to either extend it or issue guidance for companies who would then return to a post-pandemic practice. For customers experiencing hardships, the BPU is encouraging them to apply for financial aid to pay their bills. Those interested in learning more are asked to contact them at 716-661-1660. We have more information now at WNYNewsNow.com. Well, an urgent reminder for parents who want to get their child over the age of 12 vaccinated before the start of school. The CDC saying you'll need to act quickly as it does take some time to become fully immunized. Mandy Gaither with more for us.
Summer is in full swing, but top U.S. health officials say parents need to be thinking about the school year now.
My message is really clear. You should get your kids vaccinated.
Right now, the 2-dose Pfizer vaccine is the only one authorized by the FDA for children as young as 12. That means it would take 5 weeks from the first dose to be fully vaccinated, which puts us into August when some schools across the country begin to welcome students back. For parents who may be wavering on whether to get their 12 and older child vaccinated,
The safety profile on these vaccines are really quite extraordinary, and they're much, much safer than getting COVID.
Since late May, the pace of vaccinations, especially among those 12 to 15, has drastically slowed, while the worrying Delta variant has now spread to almost every state, now accounting for 1 in 4 coronavirus cases nationwide, according to the latest CDC estimates, fueling concerns about potential case spikes in the fall. The Pfizer vaccine has shown to be 88% effective against symptomatic infections caused by COVID-19.
We've got to really ramp up our vaccinations, especially with Delta variants spreading much more widely across the country.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Mandy, thank you. The FDA has added a warning to both the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines of a rare and treatable heart condition associated with them in adolescents and young adults. CDC advisors say almost all the cases resolved with little treatment and patients recovered quickly. The advisors said that the benefits of vaccinations outweigh those risks. Well, construction work on Jamestown's newest skate park is taking a big step forward. The Jamestown City Council approved up to $480,000 in additional funding for the Riverwalk Community Skate Park this week. The money is part of an Urban Development Action Grant. Local leaders were originally planning to only build 2/3 of that project due to increased construction costs, but now with the additional money, it will likely be completed this summer. The site, located at 117 Fairmount Avenue, will incorporate some of the area's manufacturing history as well. Additional funding was covered from grants via the Skatepark project and the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation. The park is slated to be open by the end of the summer. Certainly exciting news. We thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you guys think about these stories and more in the comments down below, or simply say hello. We always love to hear from you. It's great to see Wendy, good to see John and Bill as well. We appreciate you tuning in. Well, now let's get to Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by in the First Defense Weather Center, and it seems like it's shaping up to be a pretty busy weather day with a chance for some thunderstorms, Dakota.
Yes, we do. We want to get right into it. So here's a live look over at Findlay Lake. You can see some of those dark clouds already starting to come in. 78 is the current temperature there. The dew point down a little bit from where it was yesterday, but this is still muggy when the dew point is up there in the 60s. So again, when we talk about 60s and 70 degree for dew points, that's like the air you can wear. You know, your clothes just stick to you. And the good news is we're going to see that starting to rescend back into the 50s as we go into the later part of the week. Dew point is comforted. It basically measures how much moisture is in the air. First Defense Doppler already picking up on a couple of these pop-up showers that are already starting to form across the southern tier. There's a little shower near Cherry Creek going out into Cattaraugus County. This is going to be continuing through the afternoon today, and there already is a severe thunderstorm watch in place for Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties, and including Allegheny County, until 7 o'clock tonight. That means that the chance for severe thunderstorms are possible, and storms may produce large hail, damaging winds, and also some heavy rainfall as well. We'll time it all out on FutureScan in just a minute here. So just to break down the forecast for you, mostly cloudy on average today. Scattered showers and thunderstorms develop through the day. We're already seeing them already. Not quite as steamy as yesterday, but still muggy. 75 at the immediate Lake Erie water, 82 inland with that west wind 8 to 16 miles per hour. Now we'll time out the severe chance on FutureScan in a little bit. Plus, the holiday weekend, we'll give you a preview in just a few minutes. Justin?
All right, Dakota, we're looking forward to that about 10 minutes away, so stay tuned. Well, the minimum wage for fast food workers is going up in New York State. Starting tomorrow, the wage will be $15 an hour. While the fast food minimum wage is already $15 in New York City, it's been $14.50 throughout the rest of the state since the end of December. The gradual increases were set by the Department of Labor under Governor Andrew Cuomo and began back in 2015. The change affects establishments with 30 or more locations, including many that are individually owned franchises. Well, in a demographic that is commonly associated with unsafe driving, teens here in New York are now among the safest young drivers in the country. 16 to 19-year-olds have the highest likelihood of getting into an accident, which is the second leading cause of death in that age group. Teen drivers in New York, however, were named the best in the state, according to a 2021 study by personal finance website WalletHub. The survey determined not only the safest, but also the least experienced states' teen drivers. In 2018, those drivers accounted for about $4.8 million in medical expenses and loss of work. The study used 23 metrics to compare states, which included the number of teen driver fatalities, average cost of car repairs, and the persistence amounts of impaired driving laws. New York was found to have the highest safety score and rated among the top nationwide. Reasons for that were because of the presence of occupied protection laws, the highest presence of distracted driving and texting while driving laws, as well as impaired driving laws too. Coming up next, a lot more to tell you about. A firework display continues preparations for this 4th of July weekend. Details on what the festivities will look like. But first, how a new law will help keep those with allergies safe from allergic reactions. Stay with us as WNY News Now rolls along on this hot and steamy Wednesday afternoon.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
Honest Jones has what you're looking for. When you want it good, we're gonna give you lots more.
From freshly made subs to the best of pizza and wings, Honest John's has what you're looking for. And now 2 great locations, East 2nd Street and Fairmount Avenue. Order takeout or delivery today online at honestjohns.pizza.
You're gonna get it good at Honest John's.
Located along the Amish Trail, the Randolph Retail Company offers a variety of clothing, jewelry, and gifts for any occasion. Offering uptown merchandise at small-town prices, our locally owned business balances quality and value. With complimentary gift wrap here at the Randolph Retail Company, we pride ourselves in personal service. Check out our Facebook page or stop in today at 127 Main Street, Randolph, just a 20-minute drive from Jamestown.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvanna Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
Have the best summer ever with endless adventures at Girl Scout Summer Camp. Financial aid available, open to all girls. For more information, call or go to gswny.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Environmental Conservation Police, forest and park rangers here in New York State will soon be required to carry EpiPens. A bipartisan bill making the requirement law was previously passed by the state Senate and Assembly and now is expected to be signed into law by Governor Andrew Cuomo ahead of this 4th of July holiday. EpiPens are drug injectors that can be lifesavers for people suffering from bee stings, drug reactions, food allergies, or hiking-related shock. Well, up until now, state officials weren't not allowed to carry them. A landmark trail targeting multiple opioid manufacturers and distributors opened today with lawyers for governments accusing the companies of bringing death and destructions to communities across the state. The case was brought by Suffolk and Nassau counties, and State Attorney General Letitia James is part of the slew of litigation over an epidemic linked to nearly 500,000 deaths over the last 2 decades. But this case is unique in targeting the entire opioid supply chain and for being tied in front of a jury instead of a judge. The case is being held in a Long Island Law School auditorium to accommodate for multiple defendants and lawyers there. The lawyers for Suffolk County said in their opening statement that they would try to show how drug makers and distributors had operated in a parallel universe from those experiencing opioid addiction. Well, another day of digging, another day of clinging to hope. The search for survivors continues in Surfside, Florida this morning after part of a condo collapsed last week. 12 people have been found dead, 149 still accounted for at this hour, but each day we're hearing more harrowing stories of survival. Britt Conway shares some of them with us.
I thought I was in a nightmare.
For many, it was, and still is, after part of a condo building in Florida crashed to the ground.
It was just devastating, absolutely devastating.
I said, God help, God help.
I'm very lucky.
3 women, 3 survivors. Their homes turned to rubble, replaced with terrifying memories.
A big boom, and I was running to see where the sound come from.
I thought a thunderstorm was coming that night.
Sounds, strange. And I ran to my living room.
It was around 1:30 in the morning when it happened.
Something inside of me said, run, because this building will collapse.
I hear noise outside in my hallway and I see a family and they said, come with me now, the building is collapsing. And I also look straight ahead to an apartment. I knew the couple well, and I see a door open and I don't see an apartment.
I saw all the garage collapse. And I told my kids, run as fast as you can.
3 seconds separate the life to death. 3 seconds.
It's painful and scary because I see what really happened.
And as soon as you saw someone you knew, you just hugged and said, you survived.
But the likelihood of finding more survivors diminishes by the minute. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Britt, thank you. A police sergeant here in Jamestown is receiving recognition for his service to the community. The Jamestown Police Department recognized Sergeant Shane Swan for 20 years of service with the agency. Swan leads the department's crisis resolution team as its commander. He also serves as a field training officer and police officer peer counselor. Sergeant Swan carries high appraisal from his colleagues due to his strong work ethic and great moral character. He was presented with a plaque by Captain Forrester and Lieutenant Piazza recognizing his achievements this week. We certainly congratulate him for that, and quite a long time of service to the community here for sure. Well, we thank you for joining us for WNY News Now. Let us know what you guys think about these stories and more in the comments down below. It's great to see Travis, good to see Roseanne. Happy Wednesday to Joanna and Connie and Joseph out there. We appreciate you tuning us on Facebook Live Land. Well, now let's hear from Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter, who's standing by with a full look at our weather forecast. And I see just in the last couple of minutes here, Dakota, it seems like you're working pretty quick to provide some updates on storms. And I know that this, in the last 24 hours, isn't the first batch that we've seen.
Yeah, I mean, we had those showers and storms that moved through last night. Now, this was before the storms moved through. Our own Sean Sweatman, who pilots the Storm Interceptor, captured a little bit of the sunset over, I believe that was Chautauqua Lake, I believe is where he was, or somewhere near the Lake Erie shoreline, somewhere around there. Sean really didn't say exactly where he was, but we actually did see that. But man, those showers and storms came through. This is a great video of some of the lightning that occurred with that storm that moved through about 9-10 o'clock last night, and you can see the flashes of lightning there. Thanks to Stacy for sending this in on the Facebook page. And of course, if you have any pictures or videos of the weather, and you can do it safely, you can send it to us on Twitter. I'm at HuntersWX, First Defense Weather on Facebook, and also use that hashtag MyLocalWX. That's how we see them in the weather office. And boy, it was a steamy day yesterday. 88 was the official high here in town at the airport. Now, that's not a record buster, but it was still hot. And, if you want to take a look at records, you have to go all the way back to the 9th of July of last year when we had a high temperature of 86 or above. So it's the first time this year we had that happen. And the good news is the heat is going to be receding as we go through the later part of the week. 78 today, 74 tomorrow. Look at Friday, down to 71, but the humidity also comes down with that. So it's going to be a little bit more comfortable to deal with. Right now, from the top of the DoubleTree, got those clouds downtown Jamestown right now. Pair of 7s at the airport as a noon hour. Southwest wind at 9, and look at that dew point still up there at 70. So that's still going to create a little bit of a stick in the air out there. Now, the severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center does have much of Western New York under a marginal risk. That's a level 1 out of 5. But this yellow area is a standard slight risk, 2 out of 5. That includes portions of Cattaraugus County and then going out into Allegheny County. Out here is going to be the better chance for at least some of those severe storms, but we won't rule out the chance for some severe weather back to the west. We already have that severe thunderstorm watch in place until 7 o'clock tonight. And in terms of the impacts, it's mainly going to be heavy rain and strong winds here, along with maybe some hail at times. And something we don't really talk about too often is lightning. Cloud-to-ground lightning can be an issue. So again, that's something we'll have to keep an eye on as well. So you know the deal, when thunder roars, goes indoors. Here's where we stand right now on the radar. This is that pop-up shower that bubbled up in Chautauqua County, now going into Cattaraugus County, almost sitting on top of the town of Cattaraugus. And this is all out. Out in front of the cold front that's going to be moving on through. And you'll actually notice the showers and storms flaring out ahead of the cold front. So again, as that front moves through, that will produce a little bit of cooler air. Here's Future Scan, and this particular model really doesn't show the convection very well. But again, I do think it gives you at least an idea of what we're looking at. The better chance for the thunderstorm development further out to the east. We won't rule it out further to the west, but the better chance for that is going to be further out to the east. Now, we will see a few more showers and storms, especially this evening. They go to bed tonight, maybe a couple isolated showers through the overnight hours tonight. Tomorrow, we'll see another chance for rain showers, maybe a couple thunder showers as well. Those should be sub-severe. And then by the time we go to Friday, it turns a little bit better, but we still will have a chance for at least some showers in there. But you'll see In the future, that the holiday weekend not looking too bad, 71 on Friday, and then look at the weekend, 74 on Saturday. We don't think that rain's going to be an issue for the Independence Day itself, but you may dodge a few showers, and then the heat returns big O time as we go into early next week. We'll take a break. Be right back.
With coverage that matters. This is WNY News Now.
I'm a survivor.
I'm a survivor. I'm a survivor.
Testicular cancer is the leading form of cancer in men aged 15 to 35.
1 in 250 men will be diagnosed with testicular cancer.
But 98% will survive if detected early.
As a survivor, I believe early detection is the key. Learn how to do a testicular self-exam and other important facts about testicular cancer at oneball4tc.com.
It's not just what we say, it's what we do.
Local first. It isn't just our slogan. It's our mindset every single day. So whether you're watching our daily live streams or staying up to date with reports on our website and mobile app, you'll always see the same attention to detail from reporters who passionately care about our community, who have one goal in mind: to always put the facts first.
For me, it's more than just getting the forecast right. What I love the most about my job is that I come into work every day to help break down the weather, letting people know how this is going to impact their day. We take pride that First Defense Weather is the only local weather team in the Southern Tier. We don't just copy and paste our weather from outside sources. Every part of our forecast is handmade right here in-house, something our team really takes pride in.
What matters to you matters to us. Every story, every day. WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
I don't think that many kids in my son's school even do it.
He makes fun of his friend who vapes.
He would never try it.
She's into soccer.
She's on the honor roll.
She's just not the type.
No way.
No way.
No way.
No way, my kid would never vape.
Get your head out of the cloud. Today, nearly 8,000 kids will start vaping. Maybe even yours. Learn about the dangers at talkaboutvaping.org.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
Fireworks are returning to Randolph this 4th of July weekend. WNY News Now's Christian Reithmiller joining us live in studio with the scoop on what's planned. Christian.
Well, Justin, Peaches and Cream is partnering with others in the community to host this display. Nicole Lockwood, a manager at the shop, tells us the community has previously came together every year for the holiday, and she is thrilled to be able to make that happen again.
Once COVID hit, they kind of disappeared, so we wanted to bring back fireworks, especially after COVID, to bring the community together.
She says it took a bit of planning and financial contributions to make the display happen.
We are donating to some of it, but we also had a lot of sponsors around town, such as the Adams family for letting us use their fields, the town of Randolph, the Martin Ankley and John Ankley, along with the Yule family, and several businesses and local community members.
Those at the popular stop for fresh produce and ice cream alike say it is easier than ever to attend the July 3rd show at Wheaton Park.
So we're planning on doing fireworks July 3rd at around 10 p.m. We're super excited about it because you're going to be able to come into Randolph, be able to see all the little things we have in this small town. You're able to sit right at Wheaton Park and see them from Adams Field, so it'll be really nice and something to bring people together during this time.
This is not the first time the business has given back to the community. As employee Ryder Smith explains, working hard and giving back is a priority for his team.
I've always had a good work ethic in our family, and to help people and to see smile on people's faces really brings a smile to my face, and that's what brings me here every day.
Although closed during the firework display, Peaches and Cream will be open throughout the day leading up to the event. Those interested in coming early can treat themselves to ice cream through 9 p.m. Cold tasty treats are not the only item that they offer, as you can stock up on many fruits, vegetables, and flowers as well. Justin and Dakota, back to you.
Oh, this sounds like an awesome story, Christian. Thank you for sharing us with it. Did they give you any insight as to where they want people to actually go for the event? I know Wheaton Park's a pretty big area there in Randolph.
Yeah, so they said the fields, you can bring lawn chairs or blankets, whatever's comfortable for you. They also recommended bringing footballs or baseballs you can participate there, just hang out before the fireworks get started even.
Yeah.
But they also said you can park along the streets, or really you should be able to see them from anywhere, so whatever works best for you.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that the high school area, because you're from Randolph, is probably, I imagine, another high vantage point where maybe people could see too. Did they talk about that at all? Or?
Yeah, so the high school sits like up high. It's on the hill across the street, right across the street from Peaches and Cream. So that's probably a good viewing. You can sit right along the hill there and probably see them right over the local fields. So
absolutely, it sounds like a really great day. A lot of people maybe wanting to get out and check that out. And of course, we'll have much more on this story at WNY News Now later on today too. So Christian, thank you. Really cool, Dakota. Talk about getting the community together for so long. It feels like we haven't been able to enjoy things like this, but I know there's a good amount of fireworks displays that are going to be happening around the area, so it's pretty exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean, we've already got the list of the fireworks that are going to be happening, and tomorrow we're going to have our annual fireworks graphics in weather tomorrow. So we're going to work up those tonight and get them ready for tomorrow. So
because the forecast, really important aspect when you're looking at it. You can't do it in the rain.
And also high winds either. Yeah. Because I don't think they can shoot off fireworks if it's really windy. I don't think, or maybe I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, I would think that wind would be a deterrent because it's not safety.
I'm not sure.
I would imagine. So
I don't do pyrotechnics.
I don't do that either. It's just, I don't want to lose a finger. I need to type.
Or an eyebrow.
Right?
Or an eye.
Oh, boy. Good to see Ron. Good to see Janet, Amy, and Travis. Hopefully you all are having a great day. We appreciate you tuning in to the broadcast. And last night, you probably were tuned into some of these thunderstorms that rolled across the area. I know specifically for me, I lost some of my power in Randolph. I know a lot of people did as well as some of these storms moved on through the area, although it looks like the power outage wasn't directly connected to them. But either way, we had some pretty powerful winds, and you can hear it. I always hear it on my air conditioner, right, on my window unit, the tippity-tappity of the rain coming down.
Wait a minute, you don't have central air?
No, I got air conditioning in every room, though. So
come on, Justin. You get paid the big bucks.
I know.
You have central air in your palatial estate. Come on.
I know. When you rent an apartment, what am I going to do? I could demand it, but then they'll rake my rent probably, right?
You rent an apartment? I thought you had a palatial estate on 10 acres.
It is a palatial.
Anyway, let's talk about the severe thunderstorm impacts for today. So it's mainly going to be a wind and hail threat, but something, again, we don't mention very often is the chance for some very cloud-to-ground lightning. And wanted to pull up that severe thunderstorm watch very quickly just to show you that until 7 o'clock, Chautauqua and Cattaraugus counties is under a severe thunderstorm watch. That means severe thunderstorms are likely until 7 o'clock. Of course, we'll be here in the weather office keeping our eyes on it all afternoon long.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime that we need to provide an update, Dakota, you're really good about it. And then also, I think important too, people can actually follow you directly on Twitter and First Defense Weather on Facebook as well. You do a ton of tweets and keeping everybody in the know there. So we thank you for that.
My poor old keyboard on my MacBook is just... It's going to be like this all day long.
If you want entertainment, you watch Dakota pump out these warnings. It's really incredible. So, thank you, sir. Well, that's going to do it for us today. We'll leave you with this live look over downtown Jimmytown. Of course, news does continue 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com and on our free mobile app. You can download it in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store. We're back here tomorrow, live at noon. Hope to see you then.